And also in last video, we installed second SQL Server cluster instance on this node 2. Now in this video, we are going to see how can we add this node 1 as a failover node to the instance which we installed on node 2. Okay, so for that, so I have started all my virtual machines, and if I go to node 1, as you can see here on failover cluster manager, I have two instances. First, this is a default instance which is owned by Node 1, and this is a named instance SQL 2019 which we installed in last video, that is owned by Node 2. Okay, now in order to add Node 1 as a failover node to this second instance, let's go back to the installer. Okay, I will start the setup. It's pretty simple steps. We have already seen that actually when we added node 2 as a failover node for node 1 instance. Same process. So we have to go to installation and add node to a SQL Server failover cluster. So we are going to add node 1 as a failover node to the SQL Server failover cluster SQL 19. And let me quickly check. So while installation on node 2, we used local drive for temp database. So that was MySQL and temp02. Yeah, so we have this directory here. That's perfectly fine. So I don't want any updates. Next. We don't have to modify anything. All the default setup will choose. Perfect. So everything is passed. One warning, that's fine. We can ignore that. Next. Developer edition. Next. Accept. Next. Okay. Now we don't have to modify anything here, but let's go through it. So SQL Server 2019, this is the SQL instance. Okay, and we are going to add this node 1 as a failover node to this instance. So that's why it is saying SQL instance this. Okay, and we are going to add this node to this instance. And so this is a default instance, and which is on, I mean, node 1, node 2, both are there nodes. And for this, now node 2 is there because currently node 2 is the owner. We are going to add node 1 also here. So I will select next. It's pretty simple installation. Perfect. We don't have to modify anything. So this was the IP address of this named instance which we installed on node 2. Next. Okay. And I just have to specify password P8 password #123. Perfect. Next. I've selected this grant perform volume maintenance task. Saying password is not valid. How it is possible? PASS password #123. password I think it's a typo. Yeah. Perfect. Click next. Now this will take some time. Install. So by the time this gets installed, let's go back to our documentation. So far, what we have seen, we'll do a quick recap. So very initially, we installed SQL Server Failover Cluster instance, dgocte, and this was the server name, and it was a default instance. So we installed that default instance on this node, and we added node 2 as a failover node for this instance. And after that, we installed SQL Server cluster instance on Node 2. And since we could not install default instance, we gave it as a named instance. So we installed that on Node 2, and now we are adding Node 1 as a failover Node 2 node for Node 2 instance which we installed on Node 2. So that's why now this one active and this one passive. And again, instance which we installed on this, that will be active, and this node will act as a passive. So that's how that active configuration works. Okay, so that is what our entire purpose of this entire video series. So let me go back. So this will be the last video of this entire series of active cluster configuration series. And in a next video, or in the next video series, I can say, we'll see uh, how can we sync the database. We'll see that in next video. It's finished. So as you can see, all steps are succeeded. I will close this guy. Okay, and let me open SQL Server Configuration Manager as well. Okay, so now as you can see here, let me sort it. So this SQL Server service is for a default instance which is currently owned by Node 1. So that's why it is running. This is named instance, and since it is owned by Node 2, it is running over there, and over here it is stopped. Similarly, SQL Server Agent Service for default instance is currently owned by Node 1. You can see it here. It's currently owned by Node 1. So that's why corresponding services as well. I will close this guy. So corresponding services also are running on Node 1. So this is Node 1, and it's running on Node 1. Whereas for named instance, since that is owned by Node 2, those services are running on Node 2, and over here it is stopped. Now, in order to validate this, what we can do is, let me minimize this guy. I will go to Node 2 and I will shut down this node. Perfect. So let's go back to Node 1. Let's see what happens. I will minimize this. So as you can see here also, it's again the owner got changed since we turned off node 2. If since everything is correct, ideally this pending status should go as running, and whatever stopped services you are seeing here, those should show as running. So I will let me refresh this. Those are still stopped. Okay, so as you can see, the SQL server's named instance service started. Okay, so both services are running now, and as you can see here, both instances are currently owned by Node 1. Let me start SQL agent services since it is a menu. Okay, ideally it should start. I don't know why. Let me refresh this guy. Yeah, it's everything is running. All services are running, and we can let me close this guy, and we can log into SSMS, and we can run the query on both instances. So in last video, we created databases on both the instances, HR and HR2, and I think we created table as well, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's say do not recover. Degocte, that was the default instance, and I think magogat slash SQL 2019. This was the named instance. Perfect. Let me tasks. I think the table is employees. Yeah, and let me open. Change the connection. And do we have a table here? Okay, it's taking time. My resources are very low. So HR database. So now on 2 gig of memory, which my virtual machine is consuming, I'm running two instances of SQL Server. That's why everything is slow. So I haven't created any table, which is okay. Which is okay. I mean, we can simply run select get date just to validate the instance is working. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this way, in so far in our entire SQL Server configuration, active cluster configuration series, what we have covered is like very initially we started with domain controller, then we install Active Directory, we configured shared SAN or shared drives. Then we expose those shared drives on each and every node. We created those drives on this node, and then we configured them individually on node 1 and node 2. After that, we installed SQL cluster instance on node 1. We added node 2 as a failover node. Then we installed SQL Server cluster instance on that is a named instance on node 2, and then currently we added node 1 as a failover node to this instance. So this way we completed our entire SQL Server 2019 active cluster configuration. Now from next video series onwards, we'll see how can we configure database mirroring. All right. So thank you for watching this video and see you in the next video.